So I'm wearing this Sunshine Family dress and no shoes, but I'm not a hippie. It's really important to me that you know that. I wore really stupid shoes, and my tits look fabulous in this dress.
Yes, they do. All right, just me. No, they do.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a fishing moment.
I felt like it was a little too late. So I'm just gonna read some stuff. None of it really goes together. Just some things I wanted to tell you. So if they're disjointed, then I would encourage you all to grow up. Read a book.
Read a book.
Okay, so when I was a teenager, I had this friend Justin, my friend Tanya, and my friend Kirsten. I would drive around in his 1961 Ford Falcon. It's red. I had an incredible steering wheel. The steering wheel was like the size of my current car. And had 3 on the tree. It's just a really cool car. Anyway, we would ride around in that, and Justin would often hit people. These teen drivers are so frightening. And one time he hit this guy. We were like on Sunnyside Road. He hit this guy, like kind of rear-ended him a little bit, and the guy parked. Like got out of the car. It was like an orange BMW, and he's just like, and he's coming towards us, and he's like totally jacked. He's like this huge, like muscular dude. And Justin's like, shit. And the 3 women in the car, young women in the car with him, were like, oh, well, you're gonna have to deal with this. Even though Tanya and I would deal with it way before he would. Anyway, the guy all of a sudden like lifts up his hand and he goes, learn how to drive. And we were so disarmed. We were like, wait, what? What just? And clearly we know now it was steroids, but it was really something really hard to be afraid anymore after that happened. So learn how to drive, guy. I feel like that happens to me a lot, that I'm like prepared for something like really like horrible, and then something like that happens, like something marshmallowy. And I'm really appreciating that these days. And it's really thanks to weed. Okay, I'm putting on my glasses, and I'm gonna make this huge because I'm blind.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Okay. I went to an event that my friend had on her farm a couple of weekends ago, maybe last weekend even, I can't remember. I don't know. God, it was a blur. It was a really cool event. However, I, again, maybe got too stoned. Gummies are so tricky, you guys know. So I'm a little bit stoned, and but there by myself. Like, everybody was sick, nobody could come, so it's just me, and like they're all really busy. So I'm just kind of wandering around the farm, which is fine, except for at some point I'm walking back to the house, and there's this joke that Ruben and I really love, which is Diggle Bix. Mm-hmm. And it's based on like these characters deciding to make a man cave to simulate human men. And so they like look at one, and one of them has like a sign that says "Tiggle Bitties," right? And they're like, I have no fucking idea what that means. So they go to a porno store. They're trying to like recreate stuff, and so the one guy sets it up, and then the other guy comes in, and he's like, "What's that? Diggle Bix?" And he goes, "Yeah, they were out of Tiggle Bitties. The guy said this means the same thing." And he's like, "Cool." So like, I'm walking across the yard, and I think I hear someone say Diggle Bix. But instead of just going, that's funny, in my head, I stopped as everyone's like putting their event spaces together, like they're putting at their tables and stuff, and putting like jellies and jams out. It's like a country farm gathering for family and friends alike. And everyone's like, oh, it's so lovely. And I go, did you just say Diggle Bix? And I didn't realize how loudly I said it, and I also wasn't considering that I was like in the middle of everyone, alone, and like everyone kind of stopped and looked, and they didn't know each other really, so there was no like rapport to grab onto or anything, and so everyone just kind of looked at each other, and the guy goes, no? And I was like, oh, that would have been so funny if you did. And then I ran in the house. So, okay, so when you see people, like, you know those, like, shows where they record people doing things that are illegal and then show them to you. So there are a lot of those shows where the recordings are of people who hire hitmen.
What?
Yeah, but the hitman is like an undercover guy. There's a bunch of them, right? And the conversations with the people in the hitman are always like the person who hires the hitman, which is almost always a woman, is always like, the woman's like, yeah, but you and I are cool, right, hitman? Everyone else is so stupid. You and I are obviously the cool ones in the room. You know, and the woman will always laugh and be like, because I'm sure, and he's always like, right, and it's just like such a bizarre dynamic. Look for that, because I'd like to have a conversation about the psychology, because I can't figure it out yet. What else? Oh, this is an impression of a baby when you blow in its face. I did fall off a turnip truck, but it was like 40 years ago, so Renee stopped throwing it in my face. And one time I had this friend, same friend who had the farm event actually, we went out to her house and she's like, I'm going to get a glass of wine, and I'm like, do you want me to pour you some? She goes, no. And I knew that something was up, because that would never be the case. She would never say no to a glass of wine. And so I said, and she goes, well, that's actually what I wanted to, we wanted to talk to you guys about. And I said, what? And she's like, I'm pregnant. And I was like, oh, and the thing is that most of the time a female friend has said to me, I'm pregnant, the response is, fuck! What are you gonna do? I'm like, what can I do for you? And so I didn't want to assume that, but I also didn't want to assume it was a happy event, because that's not been my experience. Usually, come on, let's get real. A lot of people don't want that. So she goes, no, it was planned. Oh my God! She gets like really upset or whatever, and then. We had a conversation about it where I said, look, I didn't want to assume something about you. Like, I was waiting for you to tell me. So then, I don't know, maybe a year later, I see this other woman that I know who is pregnant, and she tells me, but she goes like this, fucking pregnant. And I was like, oh, I know how this conversation should go now, actually, or whatever. And she goes, yeah, you know what happened is I was at a party, and I saw a box of tampons, and I realized I hadn't used one in a really long time. And I was like, see, you're my people. That's all I got, thanks.